You thought Max Verstappen was untouchable. What if the RB21 just proved he's not? You thought Red Bull's dominance was bulletproof. Then explain why their three-time world champion spent an entire weekend completely lost. This wasn't just a slow Saturday. This was a warning shot, and if you listen closely, you'll hear something Red Bull doesn't want to admit. Now here's the upside. Max did make it into Q3, but that might be the most worrying part, because he had to fight tooth and nail just to be 8th. And even that felt like a miracle. Why? Because for the first time in years, Verstappen didn't sound angry. He sounded confused. There's not a single corner I felt good in. Let that sink in. Let's dive into the data. Free practice 1, P9. Free practice 2, P14. Free practice 3, P12. No pace, no grip, and no explanation. Verstappen said it himself. We changed everything and nothing worked. The RB21 didn't understeer, didn't oversteer. It just disconnected. Even as conditions shifted, with gusty winds and cooler track temps in Q3, Red Bull never found direction. While McLaren lost half a second between Q2 and Q3, Verstappen was just sliding. The worst part? Red Bull doesn't even know why. We're going in circles. We have no idea what to do. That's not frustration. That's helplessness. And this isn't just a Hungary problem. This could shatter the entire championship narrative. Let's zoom out. Ferrari is resurging, Leclerc is flying, McLaren is relentlessly consistent, Mercedes is rebuilding with intent. Meanwhile, Red Bull has one car spiraling, and another, well, Sergio Perez barely made it out of Q1 in half the season. This is not domination, this is erosion. And if Verstappen can't fight in Hungary, a track where he won by 33 seconds in 2023, then where can he fight? Here's where it gets juicy. Because while Max struggled, guess who didn't? Charles Leclerc. Same engine freeze, same Pirelli tires, same wind gusts. Leclerc grabbed pole, Max grabbed confusion. I don't understand motorsport anymore, said Leclerc. But while Charles was being poetic, Max was being raw. Nothing works. Even more painful? Max admitted Hamilton, starting from P12, will likely pass him. Let that sink in. Verstappen, three-time champ, already writing off Sunday, because the car doesn't let him fight. And this is where legacy comes in, because Max Verstappen's legacy isn't just about wins. It's about how he responds when the wins disappear. He's dominated from the front. He's crushed records. But now, he's vulnerable. And the real story is just beginning. Senna had 92. Schumacher had 2005. Even Hamilton had 2022. Every great has their storm. And how you navigate it, that's what defines the legend. This weekend in Budapest might be Verstappen's first real test without answers. Now let's be fair, it's not the end of Red Bull, not yet. Verstappen isn't suddenly slow. The team didn't forget how to build a car. But the truth is, they've been slipping since the second half of 2024. Singapore, Las Vegas, Zandvoort. Rougher tracks, tighter corners, Red Bull's window's getting smaller. And rivals, they're learning. They're catching up. So if Red Bull doesn't solve this soon, 2025 could turn into 2013 all over again. A glorious reign, suddenly over. So now we ask, is this just a rare off weekend for Max Verstappen? Or is Hungary the first crack in Red Bull's armor? A crack that Ferrari, McLaren, and maybe even Mercedes will rip wide open? Let me know in the comments. Is Verstappen still in full control of this championship? Or are we finally seeing a real fight for the crown? Drop your take down below. And if you love deep F1 breakdowns like this, hit that like button, subscribe, and join the conversation. Because Hungary didn't just shake the grid, it shook the entire sport, and we're only halfway through. See you next race.